Smugglers, they don't care about our life. They don't care about anything. If we die, they don't care. They want money and just they want to send you like animals.
Every day and every night, just I'm waiting for my smugglers. If he called and I didn't pick up, it means that I missed a chance.
Zubair Nazeri is 25 years old, and until a few years ago, he was a student at Kabul University in Afghanistan. But for the last 30 months, a full 2.5 years, he's been playing the game, what human smugglers call each border crossing attempt.
All the smugglers just they call game because it's really like game. Every time we play like a game with police. If police catch. If the police not catch, we will cross. It's big money for smugglers.
Beginning in 2014, but peaking in 2015, more than 1.8 million refugees have entered Europe. In response, the EU and its Balkan state neighbors significantly tightened border control and enforcement.
I hope to reach maybe France or maybe Germany. I hope to reach, but nothing more.
As he tells it, while at university, Nazeri fell in love with a married woman whose husband wants to kill him. Fearing for his life, he fled to Europe. But for migrants like Nazeri, it's become so challenging to get to Western and Northern Europe traditionally, they instead turn to human smugglers.
It's difficult that a person trusts them, but we don't have another way. We must trust some person.
According to Nazeri, the journey from his home country of Afghanistan to Germany cost more than 10,000 euros in smuggler payments to a dozen or more smugglers, wound through 11 different countries, and has taken more than 2.5 years. And in the end, if his asylum claim is rejected, it all could have been for naught. This is the Krnjača migrant camp near Belgrade, Serbia. According to Nazeri, he was stuck here for 20 months, through a blistering summer and 2 freezing winters. It's here that NBC caught up with Nazeri and asked him to start documenting his trip on his phone. But before he spent 2/3 of his voyage in this migrant camp, first he had to find a way to get here. And his story shows firsthand the steep sacrifice and dogged perseverance journeys like his demand for migrants trying to reach the EU. Nazeri's journey started with a flight to Iran in January of 2016, before crossing his second border from Bazargan, Iran, into Turkey.
I paid for that smugglers $2,500 just to cross the border of Iran to Turkey.
Nazeri said he spent a month in Turkey before spending $2,000 on a smuggler into Greece. His group made the dangerous ocean crossing by powerboat, arriving on the Greek island of Samos on the 28th of February, 2016.
Every day we read the news, we hear that maybe after a few days they will open again the borders, and we are waiting for that. But unlucky, they didn't open the border.
Nazeri says he hired a smuggler to take him to Serbia by way of Macedonia. Over the course of 6 months, he tried 5 times to cross the border from Greece, but was captured by the police and sent back to Athens via train each time. On the 6th attempt, he made it into Macedonia. The smuggler drove them all night, straight through Macedonia and into Serbia, crossings 4 and 5 for Nazeri. Nazeri says he arrived in Serbia on the 5th of August 2016. He wouldn't make it into Croatia successfully until more than a year and a half later. Each border crossing once Nazeri reached Greece required him to cross by foot, sometimes hiking or camping in forests for days at a time.
Walking, still we are walking, and after 10 or 15 minutes we will enter, inshallah, to the Croatia country, and after we will see what will happen.
According to Nazeri, smugglers almost always transport groups of migrants together. Usually, they would be driven to a town near the border, cross on foot with the smuggler, and then smugglers would pick them up on the other side. But Nazeri said on multiple occasions, the transportation on the other side didn't come.
We didn't sleep, all our group, we didn't sleep, and still we are walking. Really, it's so difficult that we get a chance to cross the border, and it's so difficult to reach some European country.
He also said smugglers refuse to transport families traveling with infants unless the parents heavily sedate their children to ensure no crying. And as for payment, as is common in this black market industry, Nazeri's brother in Afghanistan deposits funds into an account and only releases the money to the smugglers when Nazeri calls him after a successful crossing. Nazeri was stuck in Serbia for 20 months because he failed crossing into Croatia 10 times.
We were walking around 20 hours. The police of Croatia catch us and they push us back to Serbia. This is the 5th time that I came back from game. The 6th time that I will go to Croatia. This is the 8th round that I try to cross the border of Croatia. And I hope to cross, and I'm so tired of this life. I'm so tired, and it's so tired for...
Summer gave way to winter.
Today is 17th of December 2017, and the weather is so cold today, and it's snowing, and we cannot cross the border because of cold weather.
And after 20 months of trying, Nazeri left Serbia and crossed instead into Bosnia, his 6th successful crossing. He lived for a time in a migrant camp in the city of Bihać on the Croatian border. He walked from there into Croatia, but the smugglers left out one key detail.
The border of between Bosnia and Croatia, there is a lot of minefields, and it's so dangerous for us.
But this time, instead of going to the capital city of Zagreb to claim asylum in Croatia, he proceeded straight through into Slovenia. But the physical journey required a multi-day hike over the mountains.
Really, I'm so tired. Because I didn't sleep 3 nights, 3 days. Only we walked without food, without water. And on that time, when we crossed the border of Croatia to Slovenia, I finished with water and I fight with the smugglers. I asked him, please help me, I don't have water. He said, I don't care. Even if you died, I don't care. It was 4 nights and 4 days that we crossed that 2 borders from Bosnia up to Slovenia. I don't know about my future on that night when I start my trip from Bosnia up to here. But finally, when I reached to Slovenia, when I came to Slovenia, I am feeling so happy. It means that because I'm close to my dream.
After completing his 7th and 8th crossings, he made his 9th border crossing via car from Slovenia into Italy. From there, he made crossings 10 and finally 11 via public transit through France into Germany, ending in Dusseldorf, where he filed for asylum before being moved to a migrant camp in Dortmund, where he currently lives. Even after reaching his dream destination, his future remains uncertain at best. If his asylum request is denied, he could be deported back to Greece, as EU law dictates migrants be sent to the first country they entered. Or worse, he could be expelled from Europe entirely. And with Angela Merkel's governing coalition in dire straits, owing to the perception she's been too accommodating of immigrants, Nazeri's timing couldn't have been much worse. But there's no way he could have known, when setting out in January of 2016, that it would take until June of 2018 to reach his goal.
I risked with my life, I played with my life. But next time I don't have any energy to do it again.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.